Today we're talking about goal setting, specifically setting goals for your B2B social media marketing strategy. Now, a better social media strategy starts with better goals, but better goals don't start with social media. They start with a keen understanding of the larger business goals that your social media program is supporting. So if you were to make this into a flow chart, at the top you would have your overall business goals, and then those trickle down into marketing goals, and from marketing goals you can then make social media goals. In a B2B setting, your marketing goals are going to be aligned with sales, either directly, so that would be a percentage of new customers brought in through your marketing activities, or indirectly, anything from brand awareness to lead generation to opportunities brought into the sales pipeline. And when you know that your social media goals are serving your overall business goals, it's a lot easier to set them because you're not starting from scratch. Instead, you're supporting existing goals with your new social specific goals. And to be clear, they do need to be specific. S is the first letter of SMART, and SMART goals are always specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely. One way to drill down and make sure that you're getting specific when setting your social media goals is to consider how your social media impacts your marketing metrics at each stage of the customer lifecycle. And the stages that we track when we're looking at a customer going from being a lead to a paying customer is awareness, consideration, conversion, and advocacy. So that gives us 4 distinct categories within which we can start to build our social media goals. That's a good start. Let's explore the common types of B2B social media goals and how they align with those areas of the customer lifecycle. We're also going to look at how we can measure them because remember, SMART goals are always measurable. Number 1, brand awareness goals. Brand awareness is an essential, if not immediately obvious, part of your social media strategy. You can't build a business if your customers don't know who you are, what you do, or how you can help them. Done effectively, brand awareness creates excitement around the people who make up your brand and the products and services that you provide, which will help you create a loyal following and funnel in new leads. Here are the metrics to keep track of and take into consideration when you're setting your brand awareness goals. Direct traffic, brand search volume, mentions, and reach. Keep in mind that some of these metrics, like brand search volume and direct traffic, can be affected by other marketing activities that aren't necessarily related to social, so take that into account during reporting. There are also more advanced brand awareness measurements like unaided recall and brand lift, favorability, preference, etc. These do require third-party verification and generally higher ad spend though. 2. Engagement goals. In content marketing terms, engagement is often bucketed into the consideration and interest building stages of the funnel. And while it doesn't translate into immediate business growth, good engagement does signal that your content is resonating with your audience, so that's really important to be measuring. Here's what to keep an eye on and set your engagement goals around. Comments, reactions, shares, clicks, and video views and duration. While some engagement metrics are seen as vanity metrics, engagement levels let you know if your audience finds your content interesting and valuable. And adding value first, before you ask for anything, is a great way to build trust and help your audience be more receptive to your pitch later on down the line. For a deeper analysis, you can break down and compare all of these engagement metrics by social media channel, month, content format, and theme. 3. Lead generation and conversion goals. Lead gen is arguably one of the most important parts of your digital marketing strategy because it defines the first step of intent on a customer's path to actually becoming a customer. There's a good chance that your B2B team is being measured internally on their demand and lead gen goals, so it's important that social media is also being held accountable for its contributions, or lack thereof. When you're setting your lead gen goals, these are the metrics to keep in mind. Cost per lead, marketing qualified leads, customer lifetime value, and close rate, both per channel and on average. Most of these metrics boil down to tracking the cost and quality of your leads. It's great to have lots of leads, but if they're unlikely to convert, then you just spent a lot of time and money so that they could clog up your CRM. 4. Advocacy and retention goals. Once your prospect has gone from lead to customer, the journey doesn't have to stop there. And it's a good thing too, because it's a lot easier to turn a happy, satisfied customer into a repeat customer than to conjure a new customer out of cold leads. So how does your social media strategy factor in? Well, Social media is a customer-facing channel, so it only makes sense to create content for your existing customers as well as prospects. Here are a couple of metrics to track at this stage of the life cycle: customer reviews and customer referrals. Finally, there's also value in setting social media goals that aren't necessarily linked to sales, because B2B social media adds value to other departments in your business as well. It's best practice to separate those goals, budgets, and resources from marketing and sales. For example, if you're using social media to help hire new employees, you want to work with your talent acquisition or HR team to set those goals and KPIs. So that's the SM of your SMART goal. The ART is going to be a little bit more subjective depending on your individual brand's needs, means, and overall business goals, but you'll want to keep the following in mind. Is this goal something we could reasonably do with our current budget, resources, and time restraints? Is this goal going to drive our broader marketing and sales goals? And finally, does this goal have a realistic deadline? Is it linked to a specific campaign or otherwise time-bound objective like a seasonal promotion? This should give you a starting point for setting ambitious but achievable B2B social media goals, all while keeping your most important business objectives front of mind. If you found this info helpful and want to learn more about B2B social media marketing, hit subscribe and follow us on social for our latest content. And for more on B2B social media strategy, check out the blog post linked in our description below for more tips and tactics.